How did the graduation from pills to heroin take place? And
Okay.
do you remember the first time you did it? And were you scared?
So actually, the first time I did heroin, I did unknowingly. So I couldn't have been scared. I couldn't have been. Would I have been? You can sit here and act tough all you want, but sure, I probably would have been. Yeah, you're messing with a harder drug. You're messing with an unknown. Anytime a human's messing with an unknown, they, usually pretty scared. The first time I did heroin, I snorted it, but I was told it was Oxycontin. And oddly enough, the kids that I were dealing with it literally just told me that not out of, malice, but they didn't want us to know they were doing heroin. They were trying to hide it themselves. They're good friends with us. And, unknowingly I did it, and he kind of looked at me like, oh shit, like cat's out of the bag now. You weren't supposed to do that. So he told me, he said, listen, man, that was heroin. I was like, okay. I knew that tasted a little different. I knew that was a little different. Okay. And I loved it. It was like the best analogy I have is you wake up one day and it's one of those days where nothing's going right. You're tired. You don't want to be out and about. You just want to go home. You're not feeling that well. You come home in your cold, dark bedroom, and your head, that moment your head hits your pillow. That's heroin. And that feeling of just, I don't have to carry this. I don't have to, like, taking off a backpack. That kind of feeling was what I got from that. And inside a little voice, there was two of them. One was, you should run the absolute opposite way from this, and you know it. The other one was, remember that void? This can most definitely fill that void for a little bit. And I did not listen to the reasonable voice at all. And I knew inside my head that there was no turning back at that point, that from that point on, it was going to get bad. Like, consciously knew it was going to get bad after that, because I knew that there was no way I was going to give that up. There was just no way in hell I was going to give that up for anybody. And I proved myself right. But that was the first time I kind of came in contact with heroin, for sure. And I was probably, say, 20 at the time, maybe 21, somewhere around there. Was the first time I really touched it and started getting into it. There was a period where, after I did try for the first time, I tried to go back to the pills and just, smoke weed and do the whole thing. Didn't work. I was always like, no, there's that other thing. And I ran as Usain Bolted all the way over to it, man, as fast as humanly possible, and pretty quickly too. So yeah, that was the first time I came in contact with heroin.